Pixelbuds. It says Google is giving headphones with a built-in assistant another try. The new Pixelbuds are true wireless earbuds that claim to have an improved fit, a better battery life, stronger Wi-Fi connection, and the most notable feature is the hands-free Google Assistant. Now, a couple things I do know about this. They state, I believe, almost up to a football field length, maybe more, of actual usage you can from your phone, which is crazy. There's no wires this year. In fact, it almost looks like the little box they come in. I'll pull up a picture in a second. It almost looks like an Apple AirPods, and they're very small and condensed. So, with that, Dad, I'll let you run with that.
I think you said it just right. They said you can outdoors, you can go almost an entire football field away, which is great because I can leave my phone up at the house and mow my front lawn. But they said indoors, you can get about 3 rooms away. So think about your house, anybody's house, right? Put your phone in the middle of that house. How many people can go more than 3 rooms away from that phone if it's in the center of the house? Not many. So that's a pretty good thing. The other thing that they had was they've got an adaptive sound technology now as well. So if you're going to wear these things and you're out in a crowded place, or like I said, if I'm mowing my lawn, the lawnmower is kind of loud, it's going to crank the volume up a little bit, turn the lawnmower off, things get quieter, the volume goes down. So it automatically detects the ambient sound around you to determine how loud it needs to be to give you the sound that you want. So that's pretty cool. Google's doing a pretty good job with these. They're a lot like the Samsung Buds, which I do have a pair of those, and they work really good. They sound really good. They definitely don't have a football field distance to them, but they're pretty good. And I think these are specifically designed in the Android world to compete with Samsung's Buds.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just had a picture of the old stuff versus the new stuff. So the wired ones here on the screen are actually the older stuff, and these Apple looking box ones are the new ones, just to give everybody an idea who may not know. And a unknown Kathy says that wow, I need some of those, so that might be something to notate for later. But Dave, how about you? What is your thoughts on these? How do you think these are going to sell? What do you think of the improvements? Do you know of the improvements, I guess, might be a better question to start with.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for this kind of technology in general. The assistant that's actually on board it.
We're Carvana.
I think we're going to start moving to a lot of, like, wearables and stuff like that. I know I saw an article, I want to say last week or the week before, that was talking about how Amazon's doing like wearables and stuff like that, and this is kind of that your headset on if you need to ask Google a question. I think in the future, or as now as it is, we're going to be interacting with devices not through touch screens or things like that, but we're talking to our phones from a couple rooms away and getting answers that we need, or making phone calls and stuff like that. And I'm pretty excited about that. I think voice commands are going to be a natural extension to this stuff, and this seems like it's the beginning of that type of technology. And it seems like those things where you just basically always have it in your head when you're not charging it. You're always listening to music, or you're talking to somebody, or it's just sitting there waiting for you to say something. And then, of course, they just look like nice headphones, too, so that's always a plus.
Yep, and I like the fact that, so like my biggest gripe about the Apple AirPods is that they stick out of your ear like an inch. The Samsung Galaxy Buds are great, but they're a little bit large, and they don't have a great rubber nib to keep out some sound. What these do have is they have a nice rubber nib, I guess you can call it. They're a very small form factor, but it has yet to be seen how great they can actually, do those things that they're claiming so far. So I guess time will tell on this, but for $179 and what you get, I can't say that's an awful price.
I got to tell you, they're about $40 more than the Samsung ones, and Samsung does have one thing going for it that I haven't seen anything that these do.
Yeah.
And that is Samsung's voice localization technology. So Google mentioned that they've got directional microphones coming out to pick up your voice.
Yeah.
But if you're listening to music and someone comes up to you and starts talking, you're not going to hear them. With the Samsung devices, they can pick out directional voices. So if someone's looking directly at you and starts talking, Samsung's devices can actually filter out all the other ambient noise, lower the music, and let you hear exactly what someone's saying to you. So that's a pretty big advantage as well. But I think these are probably I'll bet you that's a firmware update, because it sounds like they've got all the hardware needed to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then now moving forward some more, we actually have, and by the way, guys, we've been on the air for 30 minutes. I just wanted to give you a heads up, much longer than I thought we would be for these subjects. But the Google Nest Mini